heat waves and retrogrades. Heat waves and retrogrades. Hi everyone, thank you for your patience. I've missed you a lot. I really miss doing these readings, but life got in the way. I had a bunch of projects. I'll get to that in a second, but I had a bunch of projects. Some worked out, some were in progress, some fell through. So that was the main thing. There was also schedule changes at work and getting sick and all of that stuff. And my free monthlies had to take a back seat. I read every comment, even though I can't get to them all. I really appreciate every comment, and my heart skips a beat every time my videos get thumbed up or someone subscribes. And the community is really important to me because I get a chance to help you guys, and it's therapy for me too. I think it's therapy for us all. It's group therapy, and I love connecting with everyone. Thank you so much for the personal readings. Thank you so much for just reaching out, just emailing me and connecting with me. It means a lot. It really does. And as a special thank you, I have a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin that I'm giving away to one viewer. Stay tuned until the end and I will tell you how to get your Morgan-GREER Tarot in a Tin. I want to give some quick shameless plugs. I told you I had a lot of projects. First one is I was lucky enough to work with Alex on his Dionysian Dialectics podcast. And in one episode we talked about tarot and astrology, so you'll definitely want to check that out. I'll link it in the description box below. And in another episode we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy. If you are not familiar, I work in film and TV in my day job. I have done this pretty much my whole life. It's my life purpose. It's all over my astrological chart. But if you would like more film and TV videos, let me know. But in any case, we talked about the Roseanne Barr controversy and how it deals with television and media. The other project I did was I got to work with the lovely and talented Liokness, and she is a singer-songwriter, and I had the privilege of doing a music video for her. It's still in progress. It's a very ambitious project that I was underestimating. I need help. If you were in the LA area, I have some gigs that I could use to outsource some of this legwork in the art department. But I was so honored to work for her. I love her music. I think she's really talented. I will link, not the song that we did the music video for, but I'm gonna link a song called The Psychic, oddly enough, because it's a good message about the obsession we can have with the outcome of psychic readings. And with that said, these are general readings. When we look at these tarot videos as a way to see if that boy is going to call or see if we're going to get that job, then it creates this obsession. In the song, The Psychic, she said that she made a deal with the devil. You make a deal with the devil whenever you fixate on these outcomes. So keep in mind that in these general readings, that this is more therapy, that this is more about unearthing emotional and spiritual things we have within ourselves, and try not to look at it as a need to find out what's going on. Sometimes God creates uncertainty and mystery because he has, big surprises for us, big miracles for us. So with these general readings, be gentle on me and be gentle with yourself sometimes, because we are dealing with emotional things. Some things get brought to the surface and they're triggered and people lash out, but I would encourage you to use sweet words with each other, use sweet words with me, even if you want to give me constructive criticism. We want positive, happy vibes, right? We want to elevate to our highest spiritual evolution, and we cannot be cruel to each other, right? So I love it when you guys help each other out in the comments, and I love positive vibes, and let's keep it up there. Without further ado, let's get on to your July readings. Hi Pisces, welcome back. I am so glad to be back with you guys. I missed everyone and I missed doing your readings, and let's get on to it. I have a new spread. It's called my Karmic Wheel spread. So at the center of the wheel, this is like the heart of the matter. We have the Tower reversed, and it crosses the Page of Rods. So whenever the Tower is reversed, to me that means, it can mean several things. It can mean dodging a bullet, dodging a disaster. It can also mean letting down your walls. And, ooh, let me turn off this fan. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear it? It's super hot, so I hope that didn't disturb the sound. But so whenever the Tower is reversed, it can be restructuring, it can be being more vulnerable, it can be letting down our guard, letting down our walls, avoiding disaster, remodeling, restructuring, all of that stuff. The Page of Rods is a card about, it's my girls just want to have fun card. So it's what you did as a kid for fun without any, like whenever we're a grown-up, we do things for a motive, right? It's like we have sex to get off. We go to work to make money to pay the bills, right? But whenever you're a kid, you don't think of an end game. You just do it because you love doing it and you have fun doing it, right? So this might be a restructuring of the types of things you do for fun. I also I'm hearing, and I've been practicing this too, but I'm hearing for some of you, it's like you are trying to live more in the present moment and off your phone, right? So, like not documenting everything or not doing fun things for the sake of a story, for the sake of an Instagram post, right? So let me know if that resonates with you, but let's start at the top of the wheel. The top is the beginning and the end, so this is what you come into, what you have come into July with and what is leaving after this karmic cycle. Yes, it's mid-July. I'm getting them out a little later, but I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I'll get back on track, I promise. So, we come into mid-July with the Six of Swords reversed. The Six of Swords is a card about travel, so you might just be coming back from a vacation, and this vacation could have opened your eyes as far as how you want to live your life. And you know how I was just talking about, I mean, summer vacation, so I can see that. But you know how I was just talking about how you don't want to live your life on Instagram? Like maybe you took this trip and you didn't document like one single thing, and you had all this fun and it sort of opened up your world. Let's get the clarifiers. We have the Nine of Rods reversed and we have the Nine of Swords reversed. So the Six of Swords is a card about moving from troubled waters to calmer waters. And with this, I feel like in this reading, because it's coming back, this does speak about a vacation, or you might have taken a break from something. You might have actually taken a break from Instagram, since it keeps like popping in my head. But I don't think it's going back to troubled waters. I think it's having a new sense of peace after a break you took for yourself, after a little like respite, and coming back home. It's like you have a new perspective. And as a result of taking this little break, if you have not taken this break, then I suggest you do it pretty soon. But as a result of taking this break, you have let go of some burdens that you had been carrying. Sometimes, you know, we go through life gets too heavy. Like I said, we got to go to work, pay the bills, and it's this rat race, right? And it has a lot of, it carries a lot of burdens on our backs of all our responsibilities. So I see that you might have left your responsibilities, right? Just for a temporary leave of your responsibilities. And the Nine of Swords reversed. The Nine of Swords is a card about worries, anxieties, doubts, fears. It's staying up late. You could just like jolt up in the middle of the night, you know, and not be able to go back to sleep. But it's very like sleepless nights, and it's a result of anxiety and worry and depression. And so these two combined, it's like you have burdens, you have worries, you have doubts, and so life might have been getting a little too heavy. But as a result of this vacation, you were able to untangle some of those knots. See, his arms are tied up, and so it's like you let go of these ties, right? You let go of these burdens, you let go of these worries that you have. One message I'm getting is some of you might have recently untied karmic ties, like serious things you have been
dealing with for a long time, whether it's like a toxic relationship or a horrible job, but it's like, I feel like you're freeing yourself from that, and then, but it was like a karmic lesson, right? But I feel another message is that you aren't able to get away from these burdens or these nightmares. And like I said, if you have not already, I feel like a vacation is going to do that. Just to have fun. So, the next spoke of the wheel, this is the cause. This is what sets everything into motion. This is how you start. And the Three of Pentacles is a card about teamwork. I find it interesting in this deck because it's a solitary energy. Usually it shows 2 or 3 people working on the same stained glass window. So it's about like teamwork makes the dream work, safety in numbers, we need everyone's help, right? But in this particular deck, we only see one guy. And so I kind of see this more as like not physical people in your space, but rather you working as a team with your spiritual team, since this is a church, right? So working with your spirit guides, working with your angels, working with your ancestors, and working on yourself. So you might have taken this vacation alone. If you have not already, again, I would suggest taking a vacation, quite possibly by yourself, and not with anyone, right? Just going for a retreat all by yourself to sort of gain a new perspective on life and go through any spiritual, go on that vision quest that you need to go on. So let's get clarifiers. We have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the 4 of Wands. So the 8 of Pentacles is a card about working really hard. It's like you have done it so much and so often that you can do it in your sleep. He's chiseling away at these coins, and it's about craftsmanship and apprenticeship, and you might be working really hard at work to save up for a vacation. You also might be working really hard to keep a home, or some of you might be getting married, I'm hearing, and working really hard for the marriage, and you might want to take a break from that. You might also want to, this might be talking about planning for your honeymoon or something. Let me know if that resonates with you. But the 4 of Wands is a happy home card. It's celebration. It's a happily ever after card. Usually it shows women who are setting up tent poles, so 4 rods in the ground to make a tent of celebration. And look, there's like all this bounty here. So it's about growth and abundance, just a cornucopia of life and celebration and joy. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can say about that. Stay tuned after this ad and we will get to the rest of the spokes of the wheel. Okay, so the this spoke of the wheel is going to be your challenge. It's going to be sort of the homework that's on your karmic test, right? So this is what you're studying for. This is what you're learning. We have the Page of Pentacles. Oddly enough, the Page of Pentacles is a student card. So whatever this homework is, whatever this challenge is, I think it's a hard piece of homework for you. Like, you're not absorbing it all the way. And maybe that's why you need to take some time off to yourself and go on a vacation, go on your vision quest, and sort of study by yourself. Like, maybe you are working hard at a partnership or working hard at your home. I'm hearing for some of you, maybe you have remodeling too. But as a result, I feel like you're kind of losing yourself. You could also be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, because the Page of Pentacles is an earth sign. The Page of Pentacles is also my gift card, so the challenge might be that someone is not offering anything of value to you. I especially hear that for my single Pisces out there. And you might have felt like you have put in a lot of work in past relationships to, be a good partner, and your partner didn't put in as much effort. But for those of you in a relationship, or for those of you who it does not apply, I feel like this is your energy, and it's having challenges with this lesson that you're learning. So let's get some clarifiers. We have the 5 of Wands reversed, and we have the 8 of Wands reversed. The 5 of Wands reversed is It's not a great card. The Five of Wands is a card about sport and challenge. Oddly enough, this is the challenge position, right? But the Five of Wands is a card about, about sportsmanship and wanting to be the best in competition. For some of you, you might feel like you have to compete in your dating life. For some of you, you might feel like you have to compete in your career and you're just not up to the challenge. But whenever it's reversed, it's like playing dirty. It's like, I'm hearing for some of you, it's holding a grudge because we have the Eight of Wands right here reversed. So someone's not communicating. The Eight of Wands is fast messages, fast texts, fast emails, fast opportunities coming in. Sometimes it's Cupid's arrows coming in. And so you might be dealing with someone who's not offering anything of value and they're not communicating, and as a result you feel like you have to fight for their love. For others of you, this is an internal battle where you feel like you have to compete with yourself. Like I said, rat race, right? Working hard, making the money to pay the bills. This rat race, this internal conflict of trying to keep up with the Joneses. And you might be cutting yourself off from communication with others. Learning lessons. I feel like for some of you, you aren't getting messages from your spiritual team, right? You aren't getting messages from your spiritual team. You're having trouble learning this lesson because you have that keeping up with the Joneses attitude. Like maybe you're in a comparison trap with others, and that's the challenge. Let me know what resonates with you. Let's move on to the bottom of the spoke, the bottom of the wheel, bottom of the barrel. So this is the worst it's going to get. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. I like it reversed. The Seven of Swords is a sneaky card. It's a thief in the night. He's stealing 5 swords away from an encampment and leaving 2 swords behind. He also has a tie right here, so it's like he's ready to like jump out a window, right? But reversed, this is things coming out into the open, being upfront about a situation. So it's not a sneaky energy, right? It's a sort of a reveal. We have, to clarify, the Moon reversed. Again, another card about things coming out into the open. So the Moon is a card. This could be your card. You could also be dealing with a Cancer or a Scorpio because the Moon is any sort of water sign to me. But I'm hearing this might be a loyalty issue because I'm zoning in on these dogs right here. But the Seven of Swords is a card about transparency, and the Moon is a card about things coming out of the dark. It's like the dawn breaking, right? And the Moon is a card about us. It's a card about shining a light on our shadow side. So you had these worries and anxieties and fears and doubts, sleepless nights, right? But whenever we see the Moon absorbs the light from the sun. So it's kind of like a false glow, you know? It's kind of like glow in the dark stickers where you have to keep them out in the sun, and then whenever you turn the lights out, then they glow. But it's not enough to light much of a path, right? I mean, there's a glow so you can kind of see things, like night lights, you know? You can kind of see things, but like a small little lizard might look like a giant monster dragon, right? It's like our boogeymen, you know? Things are kind of distorted in the nighttime, especially our feelings, and whatever was done in the daylight absorbs, that light that was done in the daytime absorbs into the Moon, right? So that might have caused some worries, anxieties, doubts, fears, but you are sort of seeing the truth of the matter, and it's like the sun is rising, the it's the dawn breaking. It's you piecing out what is a boogeyman and what is not. The other clarifier we have is the Queen of Pentacles. So again, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, but the Queen of Pentacles is, I'm sorry, hold on. Nanook, what are you doing? Sorry, she does this thing, my dog, she does this thing where she scratches the floor. Do you, any of y'all know why dogs do that? What she's doing? It's like a, sorry, a smooth surface floor. It's like a tile floor, and she just, like, scratches sometimes. I don't know why she does it. Anywho, the Queen of Pentacles, I hear for some that you are realizing your value. If this is the worst it's going to get, then hey, Pisces, you're not doing so bad, because the worst it's going to get is you seeing your worth and seeing the shadow side of yourself being kind of like not real, right? Like whatever lies you told yourself that kept you up at night, that made you fearful, you realize that's not the entire truth. You're coming out of that delusion. But the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very smart about her resources. Like, she manages her time. She takes care of herself. She values herself, so she invests in herself, right? So it's not only things like getting your nails done. Hello, I don't have mine done right now. But it's things like she's smart about her resources. So she's the type of person who will save a fast food receipt, do the survey, and then get that free cheeseburger, right? She uses coupons. She makes her meal preps. She balances her checkbook. She is really good with her time, her money, and her effort, and she is not going to spend frivolously. She's not going to waste her time on trivial things, and she has a lot of self-worth. The effect, so this is the cause, this is the effect. The effect, the result of whatever set this into motion is going to be the Fool reversed. The Fool, for me, I haven't heard any tarot readers, honestly, say that the Fool is Pisces, but it's always Pisces for me. I get it in a lot of Pisces readings, especially male readings, and it just feels very Piscean to me, right? It's like the beginning and the end. 12th house, kind of afterlife energy. But the Fool reversed, for some of you, as a result of working hard and as a result of you working hard, it's like time to be foolish, time to be reckless. Sometimes this means that you are you're being very careful about, like, being very cautious, right? So you won't make any dumb moves. But especially for Pisces, and in this reading, I feel like, you know, this kid that wants to have fun is just kind of being, like, goofy, reckless. And again, we have the dog here. The dog usually tells the Fool, hey, you're going to jump off a cliff, so be careful. And we have dogs here, loyalty here. Let me show ya. So we have the dog telling his friend, hey, watch out. And then we have two dogs here howling at the moon. But the Fool, it's okay to be a little silly and foolish sometimes, right? Be silly, be silly. Let's see what the clarifiers have to say. We have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the Two of Wands reversed. So I'm feeling, yes, that you are being foolish, but it's this spontaneity, the spontaneous thing that's actually going to benefit you. I don't feel like the Fool reversed in this particular reading is a bad thing at all. I feel like it's very beneficial for you, Pisces. It's helping you to release any conflict you have either with others or with yourself. The Five of Swords is another card about, I have two fives right here, and they're both about conflict. And this is more competition and playing dirty, bad sportsmanship. But this is more about, like, debates and trying to have the last word and saying really mean and nasty things. And this could be either the mean and nasty things you say to yourself or the mean and nasty things you say within this happy home, right? As a result of overworking yourself. And so being this fool, being this silly fool, and just doing things for fun, you are going to let go of a lot of these fights. Either, again, within yourself or within your partnership, your home, your career, anything like that. The Two of Wands is a card about putting plans into action and like a firm handshake, right? Like making a deal, sealing the deal. And it's like a world of possibilities. But whenever it's reversed, it's like not making plans. And so that's when I feel like this spontaneous energy is going to come into play, because it's like you have been sort of trapped in these plans, right? You have been, I feel like just restless in this day-to-day grind, right? So it's okay to be a little silly, not have any plans, just see where life takes you. I feel like that's a very Pisces thing to do. I'm thinking of a friend I've had since college. We've been friends for, let's see, 2004, so almost 15 years, wow. And one day we just up and went to Frontier City. It's this silly amusement park in Oklahoma. But it was just like none of us, it was me, my Pisces friend, and then an Aquarius friend we had. And none of us were working that day. And we just like up and decided, hey, let's go to Frontier City. And it was one of like the best days ever. So I feel like it's something like that, right? It's something you don't plan. You know, now as an adult, as a grown-up, when I have to do this rat race stuff, it's like everything is a plan, right? Like, night out with the girls, it's like, you know, we have to plan, like, what are you gonna wear? What time should I be there? What are you gonna bring? Stuff like that, right? What are you drinking? But I feel like with this, it's just gonna be, like, in the moment, and it's gonna really turn your world around. I love it, Pisces. You need it. You need to be silly. Finally, we have the sort of karmic lesson, right? So this is all the work you've put into your karmic lesson, and this is the result, or what's going to be on the test. And we have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is unexpected for this reading, but it's a card about heartbreak. It's a card about loss and grief and sadness, pain, sometimes a third party. This could be what you're escaping and getting away from, but the Three of Swords is definitely grief, whether it is, you know, breaking up with a partner or getting in a fight with a partner. You may have gotten a fight with a partner, these two fight cards, and it makes you very sad, and so you're retreating. But I feel like the lesson that you're learning, the test that God is putting you through, is how to handle these sorts of pain. This sort of pain. You could have lost a family member. I'm really sorry if you have. You could be dealing with a health problem. You could be having, you know, any sort of pain, loss, grief, or sadness. This is testing you to develop skills like this, right? Develop skills as coping mechanisms and ways to heal this broken heart. Let's get some clarifiers, but that's what I feel like is happening. So we have the Judgment and Temperance reversed. I'm getting a strong message, angelic message. Your angels are going to help you through this experience, through this pain, and they might tell you these spontaneous, like they might whisper spontaneous things into your ear, like, go to Six Flags, right? And you may think like, no, I gotta work today. But I feel like this is listening to these angels above you to tell you how to have fun and how to ease this broken heart. So if you are having a feeling of upset, you should listen to music for one. The Judgment is a card about Archangel Gabriel comes down and he blows his horn and he says, do you want to live in the shit show that you continue to do every day, right? Like, human suffering on earth is one of the hardest things we have to go through, but the story of the rapture is to surrender to God and rise above earth, right? Rise above hell on earth to get to heaven. It's also about spiritual ascension. So even though we are on earth, we always evolve spiritually. I mean, stuff like, you know, there isn't widespread slavery anymore. Women are independent and free to do whatever they want. Stuff like that. So we as a group of people have risen above a lot of different things, right? And so you may have gone through a lot of struggle and heartbreak, as we all do, but there is always an opportunity to trust that God has something better for you. And because I see a horn, it's like that always reminds me of listening to music. So you're going to get clues from your angels. This is an angel, right? You're going to get clues from your angels. It's like, this is Archangel Gabriel blowing the horn. You're going to get clues in music to tell you how to get out of this pain, how to be more spontaneous, and go on a vision quest for yourself. And the challenge is not to ignore it, because they were reversed, right? So not to ignore it. But the sorry, I thought I got a message, but I can't really articulate it. The Temperance card is a card about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, moderation, right? And so I think in this judgment call, it's about not being too, like I said, being a little foolish, being a little silly, and not being too like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? Hold on. Nanook! Nanook! Honey! Oh my gosh. She's crazy. Okay, sorry about that, Pisces. So, you know, the Judgment card can also be bringing things back from the dead. So I feel like it might be an old pain that you're dealing with and you haven't healed it properly, and so it keeps resurfacing. This could also be a health issue, because I do see the red cross right here. But it could be a health issue that has been misdiagnosed and you need to bring it to the surface. You need to bring it back up from the dead, kind of like, this is gross, but like a pimple, right? So like the dirt gets in our, what are they called? Pores, right? Dirt gets in our pores and then it creates an infection underneath our skin, and then it comes up to the surface of your skin, and that's when you have a pimple, but then you pop the pimple, right? So you have to bring that infection up to the surface. So for some of you, this is about an old pain, an old health issue, an old relationship problem that needs to be addressed up to the surface, and the only way you're going to do that is to take a break for yourself. Okay. Let me know if that resonated with you, Pisces. I love you very, very much. I'm really glad to be back, and I will see you next time. Bye.
If you would like to win a Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin, you must be subscribed to me. That's the first thing. You must be a subscriber. You must subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will know if you are subscribed or not. The second thing you must do after you're subscribed, leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You are allowed up to 3 videos, and that will give you 3 different chances to win the Morgan-GREER Tarot in a tin. Meaning, if you have sun, moon, and rising in different signs, then you can leave a comment in each video. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I will pull a name out of a hat and send this lovely deck along the way. But again, you must be subscribed and you must leave a comment about what you love about your sign. You'll want to stay subscribed because I plan on doing these contests with each milestone. So after I hit 2,000, you'll get the Morgan-GREER deck. After I hit 3,000, another deck. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next month.